Welcome to our short video about using outlier detection to find fraud. Fraud is a problem that is not going away. Large organizations have the resources to fight fraud, but does that mean smaller organizations must get left behind? At Penny Analytics, we don't think so. Our outlier detection service is built for organizations of all sizes. What are the advantages of an outlier detection approach to finding fraud? First, you do not need actual fraud cases. Not all fraud comes to light on its own. Think about insider theft, or insurance fraud. Unless you are given tips, or actually look for it, you simply may never find cases. Also, fraud is still a rare thing. You may not have enough cases to develop a custom predictive model. You can handle rapidly changing fraud schemes. Fraudsters do change their tactics, and not many custom models can keep up. It's cheaper than building custom models. Custom models require data scientists or consultants. There are costs to build and maintain. Not all organizations are ready for that kind of commitment. Finally, it's faster than building custom models. In fact, you can get results on day one. But what if you are just an ordinary person with some Excel skills? How can you detect fraud in a dataset? For example, you might have a dataset of transactions like this one. This well-known dataset contains almost 300,000 transactions from a credit card company. The data tells us which records are frauds, but we're going to remove that information for now. Within this dataset, about 500 transactions are frauds. That's only 1 in 580. I'm going to try to beat the odds and find these frauds. I've uploaded the dataset to the Penny Analytics website. In less than a minute I received my free data profiling report. This gives me an overview of my dataset, and it's mine to keep. I've downloaded it to my computer. Next, I shopped on the website and placed an order for outlier detection on my file. In less than an hour, the results were ready to be downloaded. In the Penny Analytics outlier results, the outliers are ranked, with 1 being the biggest outlier. The results also include the reasons why. In Excel, the first thing I do is to reattach the column that tells us whether the transaction is fraud or not. I then sort the results by the outlier ranking. Let's eyeball the top-ranked outliers. You can see that these top outliers are all frauds. Next, I take the top-ranked outliers and put them into groups of 100. In the first 100 records I found 80 frauds, that's 16% of all frauds. The results do diminish as I go deeper into the outliers. There appears to be a natural break between outlier 1301 and 1400. After this interval, the fraud rate goes below 10% and stays there. In the interval 1301 to 1400, the fraud rate is 5%. This means that, of the transactions in this interval, 5% are actual frauds, while 95% are false alarms. In practice, we do not want too many false alarms since each suspicious case needs to be worked. So, a good cutoff would be to work the first 1300 outliers only. This would give us a marginal fraud rate of 13%, an overall fraud rate of 23%, and would capture 298 frauds, that's 61% of all frauds. Furthermore, the fraud analysts would have access to the outlier ranks and reason codes when working their lists. Do you suspect your data contains fraud, but do not know where to start? At Penny Analytics, you can learn how our outlier detection service works by taking advantage of our free trial. To get started using our free trial of datasets, go to pennyanalytics.com.